everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor, and today we've got the sound system demo on the 2022 Volkswagen Tiguan and its 8-speaker Fender audio system. This is going to be an in-depth review. We're going to take a look at the infotainment system, take a look at audio controls, audio inputs, speaker locations, audio adjustments, Android Auto, and Apple CarPlay, then get out on the road and listen to these sample tracks while rolling, and I'll give you my thoughts at the end. If you don't care about any of that stuff at the beginning, you just want to get to listening to the music, click ahead in the video. We've got chapters to get you right to the tunes. Also, if you're tired of hearing these same songs week in and week out, sign up to become a Daily Motor member. You help support the channel, and you can hear and request custom copyrighted songs. So, if that interests you, check the link in the description. Before we get started, let's hop out, take a quick look at it. Refreshed for 2022, this is the top SEL R-Line Tiguan. We also drove the SE earlier and tested its 6-speaker audio system, so if you're interested in that, check the link in the description. This one is absolutely beautiful in this Atlantic blue color. A decent little car. It's great for the intended buyer, I think. So if you do want to see more on the Tiguan, check the links in the description. I'll have a little drive review, and then once we get this back at DMHQ, we'll do a highway fuel economy test. Now, we always do these tests with lossless, uncompressed WAV audio files on a USB stick plugged directly into the system, and high-quality Roland binaural microphones in both of my ears, giving you the most realistic audio system demo on YouTube. We also do the test with the sound settings set to their factory defaults. Let's take a look at those now. I like this Volkswagen infotainment system, works nice and has physical controls for the most part. Let's go to settings, sound, and we see treble, mid-range, bass, and subwoofer adjustment, as well as a front, rear, left, right, fader, and balance, and some volume adjustments for voice, navigation, things like that. Let's go through the EQ. I haven't had a ton of time to listen to the system, but I have found in my quick bit of listening that I prefer bass to be down 1 or 2 clicks, depending on what sort of music I'm listening to. I think the bass tuning from the factory is a little bit aggressive, just hearing more boominess out of these songs than I should be, but I like having the individual subwoofer control because I like that power to be there when it should be, but for more of like these guitar areas and stuff, that shouldn't be quite so booming. But we'll leave it at factory settings for now. For audio controls here in the new Tiguan, you've got this nice clicky volume knob, easy to grab and turn. You also have these haptic controls on the left side of the wheel, so you can sort of slide to an extent or just click. Not a big fan of those, I prefer physical controls, but they're not too bad. Track selection, you can use this knob on the right. If you're on the media screen, you can use the touch screen, or you can use these haptic controls on the right side of the steering wheel. Volume left, tracks right. For audio inputs, we have your standard AM, FM, Sirius XM satellite radio, Bluetooth, wireless CarPlay, and Android Auto, like to have that. 2 USB-C ports, no USB-A's. And that is about it. Well, you have Bluetooth streaming as well. So what does that mean you're missing? Well, no disc player, no 3.5mm auxiliary input jack, no USB-A, so make sure you got your adapters for those Type-Cs. And that is about it. So, not the end of the world, missing those few things. You can still get your hi-fi audio going through Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Speaker locations. As I said, this is what they call an 8-speaker system, but it's 8 speakers plus a subwoofer. So in my eyes, I would call that 9 speakers, but Volkswagen calls it 8. So starting in the bottom left, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see those Fender branded tweeters there. Then coming into the back, we've got 5, 6, 7, 8, and these speakers are active. In the SC model, the speaker grill was there, but the speakers were not inside, or if they were inside, they weren't being used. And then coming in the back, we have an underfloor subwoofer. So close this. You got your subwoofer built into the compact spare. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay demos. We're going to start out with Android Auto because it's already connected. Let me just hit phone. Is that the quickest way to do it? Maybe app. There we go. You hit app. Comes right back up. You can see it is wireless. I'm not plugged in here. Got your home screen. There is your YouTube music. Seems very responsive. What do we want? Let's go to Waze. Bring that up, that looks good. You can move it around. And let's go to settings screen. Settings right there. All right, let's hook up Apple CarPlay. Very straightforward to connect both CarPlay and Android Auto. You don't have to plug it in, just connect to Bluetooth and it gives you a prompt for using CarPlay or Auto. So here we see, got our Apple CarPlay screen. There is your music. Settings. Again, very responsive, nice resolution. And if you want to get back to the other Volkswagen stuff, it's just a click away on the side. All right, let's get out on the road and listen to these tunes.
for a mid-range system, but it's a bit surprising that Volkswagen didn't try to go a little bit more premium with this Fender audio. It's a very wide soundstage. Bold call of them to not put any speakers in front of the driver. Oftentimes premium systems are trying to make that soundstage right up in front of the driver, and then they add kind of artificial things to make a surround if you want that sort of sound. But no, Volkswagen just stuck with door speakers, and I think for most listening, no one's going to really care, but typically, I think when you're talking top-level trim, when you're talking premium, some people are going to want premium audio in their offering, and it's not exactly what you're getting here. You're getting quality mid-range audio. Let's skip ahead to the next track, and we'll test out the subwoofer.
Tiguan's 8-speaker Fender audio system. A little disappointed from an audiophile standpoint. I think those looking for premium audio in a compact crossover are going to want to look elsewhere. That being said, for maybe 85% of buyers buying this car, listening to Sirius XM radio or Bluetooth streaming, pop music, that sort of thing, talk music, you're going to be totally satisfied with this system. There's a decent amount of high end. That bass is really quite good from that subwoofer. I am surprised they had it coming through so strong through the door woofers at just the factory settings. So like I said, I would drop down that bass setting a few clicks for my normal listening. But overall, this system would be getting a soft B, kind of B- range. It's definitely not getting up to that A rating area where songs are sounding really good, but it's good. It's definitely a step up from the SE. So thank you all so much for watching. If you want to see more on the Tiguan, check the links in the description. We're going to do a little bit of a first drive review right after this, and then of course we'll have full coverage of the car when we get it back to DMHQ. And we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on. Oh, and thank goodness there's a volume now.